Okay, look, I swear to you guys, I swear to you all, at some point I'll stop having to upload these, but I want to say I swear I'm not milking this. I genuinely didn't know. There is more to this interview. Apparently I only looked at the first page of them, because that's all I saw on Trey's stream from the recordings that I had access to. There is a Reddit thread now that you can go and see if you really want to, that has all of these Q&A things on them. I actually haven't read through the other 3 pages as of yet. But for the sake of transparency and accuracy and all of those fun things, I feel like it's pertinent that we go through and look at the remainders. From what I can see from the first image here that's sitting in front of me on Reddit, it's not good. It's still not good. Can we get a choice between hideout dog and cat, or cat only? Cat is in plans, dogs later. Friend summon feature. Will it be like an expansion? So they're talking about the beacon. No, this will be an obtainable item. Why not let the beacon only be in PvE? Nikita says it's a cool mechanic for PvP too. And by the way, Emmy in this case is the emissaries. These are questions that the emissaries asked Nikita, and Nikita was responding. One of the most discussed subjects regarding the whole situation is the removal of the DLC line for the EOD on the website. And Nikita says, what? We'll get to more of that in a second. I'm going to be honest. I think those being in PvP is a bad idea. The beacons, he means. It's going to make RMT go through the roof or stream sniping. He said, I don't think so. We can always restrict it. Now, I don't know how you're setting up restrictions like that. Maybe time limitations or whatever, but I still don't see how this is going to work. Is there a chance that community representatives and longtime emissaries get involved in a discussion if an announcement package or special item would be seen in a good way from the community or not? I guess with this, we could get rid of a lot of the hate that comes. And Nikita said we'll use that more next time. I think what they're talking about is community reps and like long-term emissaries doing damage control by having more insight into exactly how certain functions, features, whatever are going to work, so that when they fuck up the marketing like they did this time around, someone would actually have like more answers than what we were able to see. Because right now it sounds like they're trying to worm their way around a lot of this looking like pay to win, which it already fucking is. If I'm being honest, it's pay to win. And this is burning. Gamma container, many thought it was supposed to be gone after EOD, but it returned with a new edition. Any plans to change something? And Nikita said it's possible, which is probably a no. Moving on to the next page. Omicron container soon, maybe. Now that is a larger container that's in the game files that has never actually been used. We don't even know what the container size is. We just know that there's a model for it. He's saying yes. What is the official stance on single player Tarkov SPT now that Clean was streaming it without issues? Nikita says let them be for now. So if anybody wants to go stream SPT, go hammered. Regarding the DLC line, when you check out the prep order page, the season pass line for EOD has been removed, but can be found using the Internet Archive. Now, again, the website question comes up, and Nikita says, we didn't remove that. Okay. All right. So who's editing your webpage, Nikita? Honestly, if it's not any of y'all, then Hackermans has gotten into your own website and has started modifying your website. To say that there's no BSG employee modifying the webpage is asinine. Clearly someone is. You can't just pretend like, yeah, that didn't actually happen. The shaggy "it wasn't me" is not going to work here. I understand that PvE features can't be given to everyone due to technical limitations. At the same time, EOD users feel like they should have this permanently, not temporarily, since it's new and much desired content. And the promise for EOD is that players who got EOD wouldn't have to pay for any additional content if they contribute for the most expensive at the time package they could. Any chance to reconsider and make PvE feature for EOD permanent? Did you read above? We'll provide it for at least 6 months later. So no. The answer is no. Again, this is DLC content that we should have access to permanently based on the response that you yourselves, BSG, Tarkov, had penned in prior responses dating back to 2017 when that is what we were told. And yet, is there any chance of lowering the price of TUE for EOD owners? Thinking about it. So probably not. If EOD owners do not get PvE, are all the, in fact, things planned that will go to EOD? DLCs, for example. Of course, every DLC later will go with EOD. So every other addition to Tarkov will be fine to use, just not the one that people have been asking for the most. Okay. Will there be future editions like PVE that do not go to EOD but will go to the newest version? Not planned. Meaning, look guys, this is just a one-time cash grab, okay? We just really needed money this time. We promise we'll be more careful with our greed next time. Trust me, bro. Will EOD continue to be the flagship of all versions of the game looking forward? Unheard of is just another signature thing. EOD is still important. Sure it is. Can we, emissaries/Sherpas, have the option in settings to change our display name to purple and green for the EOD version? Many of us are targeted for harassment, and changing the name when we don't want to would be nice. We plan to do it. When we want to, I think is what they're saying. They want to be able to change their name away from the purple/green coloring so that they don't get harassed by people, because a lot of the emissaries still, and a lot of the Sherpas still have TTV in their name. Okay, last but certainly not least, I've been talking to some PT players from different communities, and the feelings are basically the same. Those who have the EOD version are disappointed with all of this. In the Discords that I have, in which I publish the news, there was always someone playing Tarkov. These Discords are completely empty. The small part-time streamers we have there were always 2 or 3 streaming the game. No one is streaming Tarkov. This was a bomb in the community. In relation to Nikita's post on Reddit, players who have EOD don't want to have priority over others to enter a match. They think this is throwing sand in the eyes of the community, trying to solve the problem after it's done. Many of them say this new version for 40 to 60 euros would be acceptable. Like, this is too expensive. SPT, many of them watched Clean playing SPT yesterday, and many of them watched Aroctic doing the same thing today. And Nikita just said, let them go. Sure. Yeah, okay. That's someone that clearly cares about their players and their paying customers. Anyway, thanks for answering so many questions for us. We're also passionate about the game. When the community outrages, we feel it as well, since we're representatives of our community. I would love for us to help craft clear communication in the future if possible and be more involved in getting ahead of any potential drama or outrage. I feel you, but I am the most confident right now as ever. Stay strong. Right. I'm reaching out to discuss the pricing of PvE content, which might be high for newcomers. When introducing more accessible options, mitigate the barrier and prevent new players from seeking alternatives like SPT. Regarding the monetization strategy, many long-standing supporters, myself included, are preparing to contribute more financially to support the company. However, I am curious about BSG's BM in pursuing this new addition amidst potential challenges. Wouldn't focusing on creating cosmetic skins and non-gameplay altering expansions be a simpler and lower risk strategy in terms of community engagement? Nikita says, we'll think about it. The answer is yes. Yes, Nikita. Yes. Tattoos, patches, just flag patches. Do licensing deals with different other small indie companies. Helldivers. You know how many people would pay through the nose for a Malevolent Creek patch on their helmet or on their chest or on their arm? The amount of money that you are leaving on the table, facial hair, different hairstyles, stupid little dangly charms. Work with streamers and get content creator fucking charms hanging off of the uppers like you see in R6 Siege. Like, Jinxie's charm is fucking everywhere. There are so many stupid ideas. Camouflage skins on guns, clothing items, stupid fucking hats. Like, I'm just sitting here brainstorming for 15 seconds and I can come up with monetization ideas that have no impact on gameplay that would be a gold mine. If a stretch goal, go license yourself to Marvel and get the Punisher emblem. You'd make $1 million in $20 Punisher emblems getting put on people's shirts. A Punisher t-shirt for $20 would sell faster than anything else that you could put in your fucking video game. This is crazy. Is it possible that in the future, the PvE mode will be sold as an independent upgrade? A good number of users in the community are interested in being able to play this way with friends, but they can't justify it by paying for the most expensive version. Could help mitigate the SPT users. It's possible, but after release, meaning the 1.0 release of Tarkov. If I'm being honest, I think that this is them like forcibly like get a big enough come along and just slam this thing into 1.0, and they're going to pull an ARC and all of a sudden it's going to be $60 game, but like the Tarkov version. That's exactly how this thing is fucking reading to me. Arena LAN esports roadmap when working on it. So if you didn't know, Arena, even when it comes to tournaments, even when they're local tournaments, they're still dialing into servers. They're not doing it locally on LAN where there's absolutely no latency issues. That is still a fucking issue. Regional pricings for regions where 150 was already pretty expensive. Nikita says, I can't tell. So no, that is the rest of everything. Someone in the YouTube comments mentioned that I didn't go through the rest of it. The rest of it doesn't look good. So even though we, I took the time, went through, made sure for the sake of accuracy, we went through the rest of it. Still not great. Still not great. This reads to me like Nikita is done. He doesn't really give a shit about whether or not the player base is miffed. He doesn't care whether or not we're annoyed or angry. He basically is just like, we're just going to shoehorn this thing home. They're going to do what they typically have done, and the way that this is reading to me is they end up making some big change that everyone fucking hates. And then they give us back 20% of that change in hopes that that's going to be good enough. And then if we say we're not happy with that, he'll give us another 10. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess that's kind of okay. Sure. And then you get the apologists that start acting more and more like this is, going to be all right. It's close enough. The guys, they needed money. Clearly they had problems and like, not for me, not for me. To me, none of this feels right. It looks like nothing more than egregious cash grab. They could have gone about this in such a much, much healthier way. There's no reason why there needs to be pay to win mechanics in this fucking video game. And every step that they have taken is literally them just like thumbing their nose at the player base, in my opinion. And I'm not even like watching this burn to the ground is fucking hilarious to me. Because of all of the missteps, but it's like watching a train wreck, or like how I described it earlier. It's like, bro, did you hear that like Johnny just punched the shit out of his girlfriend? And you're like, fucking what? And like, that's how this has been playing. So my voice is tired. I'm going to go have dinner with my family, and hopefully this will be the last one that we make today. And for the record, this was vetted. Logical Solutions was provided this information by someone that was a senior moderator for the official EFT Discord. I saw the credentials myself. This looks incredibly credible to me. And from what I was told, this is going to be tempered. The Q&A session is going to be redacted and edited in a way that is much more palatable for us, having completed it and edited it down. But someone that leaked it wanted us to see the raw stuff, which I think is important, especially knowing that they're looking to try to modify the narrative of what we actually are shown, and we're not actually given the raw Q&A. I think that speaks volumes as well. Thank you guys very, very much for coming and checking this video out. I very much appreciate you. Love you all. Video 10 in the last 48 hours. We have almost 400,000 views in the last 2 days. Since yesterday at 4 a.m. So it's actually not even 48 hours. It's like 36 hours. So yeah, this is a hot button issue. If something else comes along, I will inevitably make another upload. Hopefully I can get a good night's sleep. But I love you all, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you all so much. Bye.